Hello everybody, welcome back to another video with Lim Reviews. Now in today's video, we're going to be checking out Realme's latest mini tablet that's called the Realme Pad Mini. Now you might notice that a couple of months ago, Realme actually launched their Realme Pad, which was their first tablet. So this is actually sort of a follow-up to that particular tablet, but it comes in a very small form factor. Now before we check out the device itself, let's actually find out what actually came in the box because it's actually quite surprising. We have the tablet itself, but we also have the charger together with the cable in the box. Now these days, a lot of manufacturers are taking out a lot of items, but Realme is still keeping it real with the Pad Mini. Alright, so now that we've got the accessories out of the way, let's talk a little bit about the price. Honestly speaking, I'm doing this video right before the price is actually launched. So for the pricing, I will put it down in the description box below. It should be pretty affordable and under 1,000 ringgit here in Malaysia. But yeah, do check out the links down below for the actual retail price. Now, we're going to focus on the Realme Pad Mini and talk a little bit about what's so special about this little tablet right here and whether or not this is something that you should consider, or maybe find out who this tablet is really for. Now before we talk about that, the first thing we have to check out here is of course the design. When I first removed the tablet from the box, I was quite surprised because I was expecting something to be made of plastics and all that, but we do have this metallic kind of aluminum back panel. It's quite heavy actually. I was again expecting it to be a very lightweight device because it's quite small, but it actually has a weight of approximately 372 grams. So definitely not very light, but on the flip side, it does feel very premium, something more expensive than what you actually might think. Apart from that, we have this very nice color in blue. There is also another one in gray, but I definitely like this blue version a lot more. Notice here that we do have a couple of angular lines over at the back just to make it look a little bit more edgy. And on the top left panel here, you actually have your camera. It is an 8 megapixel, very basic camera that's on the back here. And yes, you do have the Realme branding at the bottom left. Now, it's also worth mentioning that this back panel here is very smooth and matte, so you will not have any fingerprints on the device itself. Very nice here in terms of the material and build quality. Now, if you look at the frame itself, it's also worth mentioning that we do have a pretty slim frame here. According to Realme, it's approximately 7.9 millimeters, so that should be quite slim as well. And notice that we have flat sides all around to give it again that more premium look, and you can stand it down on the desk if you want to do that kind of thing. Looking at the top here, we do have our headphone jack that remains. You also have your stereo speakers, which actually does sound pretty good. The stereo speakers here is actually loud enough to give you this very immersive experience, especially when you're watching videos on the Realme Pad Mini. And moving down to the bottom here, you do have your Type-C port. On the right, you do have your volume rocker together with your power button. And on the left, you actually have your SIM card tray and memory card slot. Now, the reason why I mentioned memory card slot, and this is actually very important, and that is because specifications wise, this device comes in two configurations here in Malaysia. Either you get the 3 gigabytes of RAM with 32 gigs of internal memory, or you go with the 4 gigabytes of RAM with 64 gigabytes of internal memory, which is the one that I have here. Now, 64 GB might not be a lot today, obviously, you know, apps are so huge, but with that expandable memory all the way up to 1 terabyte, you will definitely benefit from more storage by using a micro SD card slot. Alright, so now that we've done talking about the design, let's talk about how does it actually feel like to use it. And for that, first thing first, I have to talk a little bit about the display at the front. Now, we do have a fairly large display here. Notice that I can still fit it in one hand, so it's still holdable with one hand, although I would still advise you to use two hands because it's a little bit hefty. Now, in terms of the display, we do have an 8.7-inch LCD display. The resolution is not the highest here, but the good news here is that in terms of brightness levels, it is bright enough so that you can watch your content outdoors and indoors. It can go all the way down to just 2 nits when you're reading content in the dark, like what I always do. So that's again very user-friendly in my personal opinion. The whole idea of this tablet, to me, honestly speaking, is to have a larger display, a portable display that you can bring along with you. You know, put it in your bag, bring it out to, you know, parties, you know, into your office and whatnot, just to have an additional display here. Or maybe if you're in the car, you just want to watch movies on the go, you can do that very nicely on the Realme Pad because again, it comes with that SIM card slot. Alright, so now done with the display, let's talk a little bit about the performance. Now, performance-wise, you can't really expect this to be powered by a very powerful chipset. We do have a Unisoc T616 in here, and honestly speaking, it is actually good enough for your daily use. Now, what I mean by that is I'm going to show you a very quick screen recording right now. In fact, I'm just going to turn it on right now so you can see exactly what I'm doing at the same time right here. So I'm going to show you how fast it takes to launch up any kind of applications. Before I do that, of course, I will show you how many apps I have in the background, which I do have a couple now. I'll close all of those apps now so we can assume that we are using this tablet brand new without any apps in the background. All right, so first thing we're going to do here, of course, is to go into our Chrome. You know, we do a lot of internet browsing. Yes, you can see that I do have a couple of tabs already launched up. And again, internet speeds here are actually quite fast. It does support Wi-Fi 5. I have a quite good connection, so everything will actually load up very quickly. So this is the kind of speeds that you can expect here. I'm just going to jump into another tab here and go into my favorite Formula 1 page. Again, notice that everything loads up very quickly. And now we're going to jump into something else. We're going to check out our Facebook, of course. A lot of you guys have to do a lot of Facebook, right? So you notice that how fast it actually launches. Not really slow at all. So I'm just going to browse a little bit more here, you know, browse a little bit. And again, we're going to exit that and jump into Instagram. Now, you know, we always browse our social media. So once again, notice that the app launches very quickly. You are seeing this exactly as I am seeing on the tablet right now. This is a very nice picture, so I'm just going to give it a double tap. I'm going to jump into the Mercedes AMG F1 page, and again, just look at that speed, guys. A lot of people here are complaining like, you know, Unisock's not powerful enough and all that, but this is the kind of experience that you can get on the Realme Pad Mini. Now, I'm just going to jump into, let's see, maybe I'm going to jump into a Subway Surf game. We're going to do a very quick gameplay right now. Of course, this tablet here is actually powerful enough to play a couple of games, some mini games on the go. If you want to play Mobile Legends, you can actually still play that, but I'm just going to show you this one very quickly. So I'm just going to go and jump into the game very quickly right now. Just going to lower the volume. And you can see that it's actually quite responsive over here. You don't have any lags. And once more, I think the key highlight here is really about the app launch speeds, which is actually quite fast. So I'm going to get out of here right now. I'm not going to go through the game again. I'm going to go and jump back into, let's see, my Chrome browser again. Notice that the app is actually still open right here. And again, this is just the kind of, you know, experience that you can find on the Realme Pad Mini. It's definitely not a slow tablet or something like that. I know a lot of people, when they see Unisock T616 straight away, they say that this is not for me. But again, this tablet here is really for those of you on the go. You want something a little bit larger in terms of your display size. So this is what you can expect in terms of the experience. Now, of course, it's also running on the Realme UI, and let me see in terms of the Android version 11. All right, so that's that. Last but not least, I think I should also point out that we do have a fairly large battery in here. If you take a look at the device again, it is quite small, and battery-wise, we do have 6,400 mAh, which is definitely good enough for more than 1 day of regular use. And of course, it depends on, you know, how many calls you take with the tablet itself. I'm not sure if anyone actually takes calls like this, but you can actually do that. But yes, it also comes with that 18-watt charger in the box here, so you will be able to charge it up fairly quickly. I don't expect the faster speeds, but 18 watts at least I think is a quite good kind of charging speed for the Realme Pad Mini. Alright guys, so overall, who do I think this tablet is for? Well, again, I just want to say that if you are looking for something quite affordable, below 1,000 ringgit perhaps, maybe this is something that you want to check out because it's just very portable. The key word here is all about portable. It is slightly heavy, but again, it does give you that very premium feel with the Realme Pad Mini. It comes with a decent display, and at the end of the day, performance-wise, you just saw this now, launching the applications that you might usually use on the daily is actually quite snappy here on the Realme Pad Mini. Alright guys, I think that's it for today's video. If you have any further questions, don't forget to drop a comment down below. Of course, drop a like and sub to the channel if you want to see more content like this, and I definitely hope to see all of you guys in the next one. Stay safe, everybody. Bye!